Yo, what is up guys? So welcome back to another video on F123 for today's video. So as what I'm going to say about today's video is, as you see by the title, is we're doing an Ask the First challenge on F123 in open lobbies on this game. So the first race we're at is at Spain, at the Catalonia circuit in Spain. So I decided to start at the back in last place and see how it'll go from there. So I managed to gain a couple of races because two of them got tangled. And come towards turn 1, I don't know what the inside guy was doing, so I decided to take advantage. There was a little bit of delays there, so I am doing crossplay, by the way, so I am racing against Xbox and PC players, so I have done some videos on there by now, including the video in the patch video I did a few weeks ago, and of course the one in the 35% race around Spa. So I did those two, so it's the same lobby as that, but I made it in separate videos for in different types of content. Yeah, so it's a little bit, cosplay still have issues as it still goes on this game. Happened at Spa and also the patch video as well, and in this video as well. It's just cosplay still needs to be fixing, so with the free screens, delays a bit, so something like that still needs to be fixing on this game. As this race is going along, at the end of the first snap, come towards this fast, almost flat out last corner, so it will definitely flat out one day at time it goes on. We're into 8th place, so not a bad start. So we gained like 12 places in the first snap, so knew a bit of tangles there, but luckily we got through eventually, so not too bad. Not a bad start on the first snap. Every time I do open lobbies, or sometimes when I'm a host, if one person leaves and then I'm the host, I normally set the grid to custom grid, just to make it easier for me, so I can go at the back in last place. Or sometimes I do one-shot quali if I have to do something in orbit while one-shot goes on. I normally retire straight away and go and do something for a bit, and then I can start at the back of the field, something like that. Sometimes it's like 18, 19 people, sometimes 17 or 16 if it's less than that, some of these open lobbies. Yeah, so I always start at the back because I'd rather challenge myself and then see how it goes from there. As we come towards the end of lap 2, it was a little bit messy in sector 3 because one guy was kind of over the place. One guy in the Red Bull pushed me off at turn 12, I think it was, after the new turn 10 from last year. And then I managed to get through there nicely at turn 1, so I managed to clear away a little bit. So I was off to the distance a bit. And I'm in the podium spot in the top 3. So I definitely got a podium in the bag, so I've still got another 2 laps to go in this race. The leader's only 3.5 seconds up the road, so that might be a challenge and a half to catch him in 2 laps, but I might try to get P2 at the end of the race, so I've got a chance with P2 though. I'm in this DRS, so I just need to take my time and make sure I control the car through the corners, get an okay exit, and then I should be alright. As I come towards the last corner, I managed to get the DRS, using a bit of DRS, but not too much. And then as I race down towards turn 1, I should have used a bit of DRS, but I had DRS anyway, so I thought it would be alright. As I come towards turn 1, he pushed me off the track on the exit of turn 1. I had to use the skate road to go left, and I got an ego overtake for that. Well, I'm sorry, game, but he literally pushed me off. So what was I supposed to do there? And I said, nah, I'm not having this. I was like, fuck that. Screwed the legal overtake. I don't care if I get a 3-second penalty, what I've got right now. It feels a bit harsh because I initially ahead of him when I got to turn 1, and then when I was trying to give him space, on the inside, he literally went more to the left than I wanted to, and he literally pushed me off the circuit at turn. Literally pushed me off at turn 1. So instead of going right to go join the track, to rejoin the track, I decided to go left instead of right, because I mean, what's the point of going right if you're going left anyway? Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but that's what it is really. So not even my, it feels a bit harsh on the penalty wise, but at least I got P2 anyway. So at least I'm clear off in the distance. The leader is, well, 4.5 seconds ahead of me. He's got the fastest snap, so I mean, there's no way I can get the fastest snap if I have no EOS at all. So yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm definitely catching the leader a few attempts, because I was driving. I think I'm driving okay in this race, so I'm not doing too bad at this stage. It's a shame about the 3-second penalty though. I managed to gain a second on the leader, but it wasn't. It ain't enough to win the race. So yeah, so I managed to get a last to podium challenge done and dusted, but I didn't get the last to first place. So that is one. That is to take what I'm trying to do in this vid mode. Try to get a last to first challenge in this vid mode. So I managed to cross P2, goes down to P3 because of that. So yeah, so at least I got a podium though from last place. Last to P3 around Spain. What can possibly go wrong with that? So yeah, so I'll take it, but shame about the penalty though. It should have been P2, but the leader was like a few tenths faster than me, so that's why he was nipping off a little bit at the end. So because he had his race in the bag anyway, so I was like in my head, fair enough. I'll try and get in the next race. We are right now at Qatar. So I'm gonna try and do NASA first again. So there's only 18 people in this lobby, so I'm starting in 18th on the grid. At the back, I moved the McLaren where on the last row because he won the last race. So I thought me and him can go at the back and see if we can try and challenge, see if we can get to the top 3 or top 5 or something like that. Try from there. As come towards turn 1, there's some guys went wide. I took the inside, and then trying to stay calm through turn 2, get a good exit there. Nearly got tangled in the Aston Martin, but luckily I managed to avoid it. Alfa Romeo nearly got into a spin. I luckily avoided it. 8th already, so it's not too bad. Come towards this snow part of the layout. Those guys got tangled. I managed to get a really good exit. Come towards this turn. I couldn't go any more right because someone was on my left and then he turned into me. Luckily I got through there nicely. Only a warning. A track limit warning, bit annoying, but it's fine. I'm okay with that. So that puts me into the top 5 at the end of the middle sector. So I'll take it though. So I'm trying to get a first for today in this race. So I've got 1 spin already. That puts me into 4th. Only 1 place away from a podium. So from last to P4 in 1 lap. That's quite ridiculous really in open lobbies, but maybe I just know what I'm doing. All that. So yeah, so crossing the line now, the end of the first snap. So the leader's not that far away, it's at turn 1, I can see it right on my screen right now. Leader's just there, so I can just take my time and send my EOS a little bit through the middle sector, or first sector a little bit. Just save it a little bit and then see how I go from there. Just going to take my time and then see how I go from there. That Mercedes just lost the control of the car. Literally, I didn't even touch him at all, and he didn't get hit from the Ferrari, and he just lost the car from there. Kind of a weird way to spin off when you're braking and all that. A little bit weirdness there, apart from getting a track limit warning. There's a little bit of free screens there, a little bit delayed, that bit there, so that's why went a little bit deep. So I do make mistakes sometimes, but sometimes when you do crossplay and it happens, it's just sometimes it does that for no reason. I managed to get alongside this Ferrari. McLaren's went in deep. I managed to get a really good exit. This bit there was a little bit confusing because I was literally at a good exit, and then it's some like delays in orbit. I set the fast at the race though, so not too bad though. I tried to give him space on the inside, but he nearly tapped me there, but luckily he didn't push me off. And then as towards turn 3 right now, I'm in the lead of the race with no penalties at all, apart from I've still got one more track limit warning to go till I get a 2-second penalty. So yeah, so managed to get from last to P1 in 2 laps. So I mean, sometimes I normally start at the back in open lobbies, just try to challenge myself, just for fun. And if I'm doing this in a 35% race, I'll do exactly the same, just for fun, on different strategies, or I'm just doing it for fun. So if it's 5 lappers, I might be okay starting at the back at some tracks, and then maybe 1 or 2 tracks I'm not sure about. Well, if it's like Monaco or Baku, I would say being at the front is better. So if you're doing 5 lappers, it does kind of make sense, because I did Baku I think I was on the front, I was on pole, just testing it out, and turns out being at the front is worth it at Baku. So instead of being at the back, because there's going to be like carnage everywhere. Set another fastest lap, a 24.8 I think it was, or 24.6 I just did right now on lap 3. So I do have the pace. Well, till that guy set the fastest lap, so he was miles behind, and he's stuck in the train. If you look at the map, there's a train at turn 2 and 3, so I'm quite lucky to get through there. So I was quite lucky on the first lap to get through there, so I was very lucky. So what you gotta do is just stay out of the carnage, and then try get a good start. Well, I would say get a good start, but try to save EOS as much as you can on the first lap. If you're doing 5 lappers, I say save a little bit on the first lap till the end of the first lap, and then you save a little bit at the end, just in case. I'm doing my personal best right now, so just go through here nicely. I mean, I really like this corners right now. I mean, it's quite fast. It's so tricky to get it right sometimes. Qatar on this game is something different, because I mean it's kind of almost flat out. Sometimes corners are okay, and the last sector is kind of Turkey vibes. The triple right-handers into a fast left. It's kind of Turkey kind of. So at Isham Park, so it's kind of similar to that, but it's a bit similar though. And then got some guys in the 23s. So I think they're in clear air right now, so try and get through this bunch of snow guys getting through the field. So as we're coming towards the last lap right now, me and the Ferrari are clean away from the rest of the field. I think we are the only ones that have no penalties so far, and I already got one track limit warning, so I get a 2-second penalty, and then it's game over. So yeah, I'm just controlling the car, controlling what I need to do, and then from there. And then, yeah, I just need to make sure I don't get a warning or a penalty, and then I'll be alright from there. Just try to be careful through here. Make sure I don't get a penalty. Luckily I didn't. Very nicely. And then, if I get this last corner right, I just managed to get bang on, using a bit of EOS at the end. He's got a 2-second penalty, so that means I won. So that is victorious at Qatar. I think that's my first win on this game in open lobbies. So it took me a couple races to do it, but luckily I got my first win on this game on F123 on 9. It took me a couple attempts to get it right, but I'm making it takes time, so it's not easy, but I am trying my best, try my hardest, and try and get everything hopefully the way I wanted, and then hopefully I can settle down a little bit and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's my first win around Qatar in open lobbies. So yeah, quite happy with that from last to first. I have completed the challenge last to first, so tick in the box. I've already done that already. So yeah, so hope you guys make sure you like the fifth nose, subscribe to the channel if you're new for more F123. I'll make some more fitness like this and other fitness as well, other things I've got to do, such as other things around going along what I have to do. So yeah, so hope you guys have a nice day, enjoy your day, have a nice weekend as well, blah blah blah, or whatever, or something like that. Yeah, so have a nice day, and see you there.